Knicks force a game 6. I was really gonna make a video on this, but I realized that I didn't make a video on this game. Neither did I make one on the Timberwolves Thunder game. So I realized, I have to make a video on these, isn't it? So yeah, Knicks force a game 6. Isn't really nothing much to talk about more than the fact that the Knicks came out hungry. They came out knowing that we're not gonna lose at home, and they really didn't want to lose at home because they knew what would happen if they lost at home. They knew the turmoil that would take place, isn't it? So that's what they played like. So yeah, they came with the energy, and the Pacers just didn't come with the same energy. At the end of the day, like the Pacers just really like they just came out a bit lackadaisical. I mean, obviously, they're not gonna be trash because they're the Pacers, they're Eastern Conference Finals team, but they just didn't come up with the right energy that they needed to win this game. So yeah, it's an unexpected result at the end of the day, like. But there were times where the Pacers were getting coming back, and it was looking a bit scary. So it was like, I remember that time they cut it to like 10, and it was like, is this happening again? But worried about the Knicks, they said, nah, we're not getting, legendary Pacers comeback happening again this time. Like, we sorting this out. So yeah, it's a good dub for the Pacers. A good win for the Knicks. And hey, who knows? This can use this for momentum going forward, and who knows? Maybe it can make a comeback of their own. I know the stats for 3-1 comebacks is like down near 500 to like 20 something, but like, who knows? It's the NBA and anything's possible. And can you imagine? No, can you imagine if the Knicks pull a 3-1 comeback? Bro, that would actually be tough. But I don't see it happening. I do see the Pacers winning either the next game, which is tomorrow. Yeah, either the game tomorrow, or if they have a game 7, winning game 7. But who knows? You can only dream, bro. But yeah, ain't really much to talk about. I think everyone on the Knicks played well, especially Cat. Cat played well. Cat's been playing well this series. I ain't gonna lie. Apart from the foul trouble, he's been playing very well this series. No cap. So yeah, everyone played well. Even the bench players that Thibodeau refuses to play, they actually stepped up. Like Shamet was hitting shots. Delon Wright was doing things. Like everybody played well. While on the Pacers, it's just people were really, the energy just wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? The energy wasn't there. I think at one point in the game, it was like Pascal Siakam was the only starter with double-digit points, and it was like in the third quarter, late in the third quarter, or sometime around there, and that's crazy. That's insane, bro. Like, that just shows it, So yeah, next win game 5, good dub for them, and yeah, we go see a game 6. Let's see what happens. If next win game 6, we might have some crazy shit, but yeah. And the other game, the Wolves Thunder, the Thunder, sent the Wolves to Cancun. Expected, really, because the Thunder are one of the best teams in the modern era. Like, defensively, I think they're the best team I've ever witnessed as a 19-year-old individual, isn't it? Watching the NBA. And the Wolves, it's not that they're 100% not a bad team. They're a very good team. But when your star players for a majority of this series don't perform against one of the best defensive teams ever, you're gonna lose. Like, you're lucky you didn't get swept. Like, come on, bro. As I said, moving forward for the Wolves, I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think mentality needs to change. I think Ant's mentality needs to change. Because I'm gonna be real, he was getting guarded a lot, so it's not a case where he's trash, that's why he was performing like that. But if you really want to take that leap, you need to change your mentality you need to acknowledge the fact that you are played badly and moving forward. Because, at the end of the day, we cuss you, but like, you played against the best defensive team in the league. Naturally, you're gonna play, and you're 23, so it's like, naturally, it's gonna fluster you. But just take accountability for it, isn't it? Just take accountability. And Julius Randle, I ain't gonna lie, he was impressing me until like the second game in the series onwards. He just went back to Randle mode. Like, I don't know what got into him. He actually thought he was a playoff player, and then after the second game, it was like, oh, back to regular scheduled programming, you see me? So, yeah, trying to. But, as I said, the thing with the Wolves, they had that kind of, compared to the other teams in this position, they had the easiest route to the conference finals. So, I said, even if they were going to beat the Thunder, even if they could have beaten the Thunder, they needed tougher opposition to help them. Like, the Lakers without a center, and the Warriors without Curry, it's just not gonna work. Is what I'm saying? They're decent teams, but no. And then to jump from the Curryless Warriors to the OKC Thunder, who's fully healthy, that crazy jump. So yeah. So yeah, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't say it's a flop for the Wolves because they did start off their season pretty badly. So to go from that to being in the Eastern Conference Finals is very impressive. Be in the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years in a row, very impressive. So yes, I think it's a good season for them still. Obviously they're gonna be disappointed, but it is a good season for them. And they can only get better. If they keep their mindset up, they can only get better. Is what I'm saying. So yeah. But speaking about the Thunder now, like I'm very impressed by the Thunder. Like I ain't gonna lie, ever since last year, because last year the Grizzlies were kind of, well, I say kind of, they were very trash. So I was like, I want the Thunder. I want the Thunder to win. I genuinely wanted the Thunder to win. I was really on no bandwagon thing because they were the number one team in the West, but it was more because I like their team. I like the chemistry. I like the vibes. They're just a chill team, and it's only been better. It's only really been the same, and their team has only gotten better. But they still have the same chemistry, the same vibes, and to be the best defensive team, one of the best defensive teams ever, this young, with such a young team, is very impressive. So it's like, yeah. I'm not mad at whoever wins this finals. I don't really have a favorite to win, but if the Thunder win, I'll be happy for them. If the Pacers win, I'll be happy for them. If the Knicks come back and win, I'll be happy for them. Is it what I'm saying? But I've been very impressed by the Thunder this playoff run. This playoff run, because if you look at alright, they played the Grizzlies, which yes, they were an 8th seed, but don't be mindful. Before the Grizzlies fired their coach, and before like a month before, or like at least a month and a half before the playoffs, the Grizzlies were 2nd seed. So it's not that the Grizzlies aren't a trash team. So they played the Grizzlies and swept them. Swept my side. Like, damn near brought tears to my eyes when I watched that first game and we lost by 51. They just smashed up the side. And the Grizzlies are one of the were a team that scored the most points. At one point in the season, they scored the most points per game. Or they had the number 1 offensive rating. And they swept us. They beat us by 51 points. So they came back from 30 to beat us. And it's like that. Is it massive? So, and then they played the Nuggets, which they had a couple shaky encounters. A couple games they played where I was like, I was starting to doubt them a little bit, but then that game 7 they played against the Nuggets where they really performed, bro. Like they really performed, and that was just very impressive for me to see that. Because I was expecting the Nuggets to win. Cause I'm thinking it's a game 7. The Nuggets are experienced. Their core is like the same. The Nuggets have the same core for like 5 years in a row now. Plus they have the best player in the world. I'm expecting them to win, but the fact that the OKC Thunder won, and then won in the manner that they did, impressive to me. And then, what they did to the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves, as I said, are a very good team. So to be able to damn near sweep them is very impressive, isn't it? Looking forward, I think they're the best. They're more, in my opinion, I think they're gonna win. I see them beating the Pacers, because if the Pacers are low-key struggling at times with the New York's defense, and New York's defense is very good, but if they're struggling with New York's defense, Thunder's defense can kill them. Is it what I say? So it'll be interesting. I think the Thunder are the most likely team to win. So, and that would be crazy. Is it what I say? That would be, But overall, I'm proud of the Thunder, and I'm looking forward to the finals. And that's it.